1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were, appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Verse 13, being defamed. We entreat, we are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. We're giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Raha Kodash. Double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learnt this truth from peace and salutations. The brothers on down teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel across the world, wherever you are in whatever capacity. Peace unto you. Shalom. I'm calling a lesson from the text we're about to read. We read part of this yesterday. We're going to get a few definitions. The prophets look like madmen until the prophecy hits. Then we're going to find out who's speaking the rubbish. Who's the actual madman? Let's get straight away. Let's get the offscouring. We'll read it again in this verse. It's 1 Corinthians 4:13. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. The offscouring definition: dirt washed off. And in the ancient world, the lowest criminal, human garbage. Sometimes people sacrificed during plagues like a scapegoat for society. See? So that's what Paul was likening himself, and we who come in his like. Scapegoat. Offscouring. Let's get that word is repeated in Lamentations here. Let's get it before we move on with the lesson. Lamentations 3:45. Lamentations 3, and get a few verses here. Thou hast made us as the offscouring and refuse in the midst of the people. Rubbish, human garbage. All our enemies have opened their mouths against us. Fear and snare is come upon us. Desolation and destruction. Mine eye runneth down with rivers of water. Why? For the destruction of the daughter of my people. It's a terrible, terrible state we find ourselves in. We who? They're calling us Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We spread to the four corners of the earth. We look like whoever we look like. The offscouring, dirt washed off. Let's get more on this so-called new doctrine. What are you talking about? Acts 17, let's go from 16. Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogues with the Jews and the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then certain philosophers and of the Epicureans and of the Stoics, want to say something about that, entered him, and some said, what will this babbler? We're going to get that definition. What will this babbler say? Others, some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preached unto them Yahweh Shai. That's his name. It means he saves. He redeems his people. He preached unto them Yahweh Shai and the resurrection. So they had him as a fool. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is, for thou bringest certain strange thing to our ears. We would know, therefore, would like to know, therefore, what these things mean. See, they spent their times, it says in the next verse. I was looking, would this be around the time of Plato and all the rest of them, Socrates, Aristotle, and whatever the other Greek names are? Of course, this was after that, but there were schools of thought that carried on these philosophers, their teachings and their ideologies, and this is what these people are all about. They'll stand on the street corners for days reasoning a matter. But let's get babbler. What does it mean in the Greek? Spermo, logos, seed picker, someone who gathers scraps of ideas. So that's what they were speaking about. Coming here, a babbler, got all kind of scraps of ideas. The prophets look like madmen until the prophecy hits. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon. Then we had a few here. Let's get to 5. 3 to 5 to begin with. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools, you're the fool, accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints who are Hebrew Israelites, not you. Heathen are never numbered. No, they're the wicked Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He heads up a cast of wicked nations that follow in his stead. And we're going to get to Sirach 36. Could read the whole of this here, but let's go from 9 and get some of this. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people, smite in sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say, there is none other but we. They said, oh, we're your God. Your God looks like us. You look in the, do a quick search, see what does the Most High look like. They've got a picture of themselves. What about his son? They've got another picture of themselves. What about Moses, Abraham, Isaac, any one of them you pick, they've got pictures of themselves. It's all lies and deceit. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name. The other nations were never called by the name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, the city of peace, thy holy city, the place of thy rest. Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people, with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets, so-called madmen, let them be found faithful. We want to be faithful all the way to the end. No swerving. Matthew 13. Let's read 16 and 17. Yahweh Shai speaking here, it's all red letter, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you. What does that mean? The other people were all blind and their ears were they all deaf and dumb? No, your spiritual eyes, you've been awakened. Got that tap on the shoulder, tap on the head. Verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. But the prophets are back in their lot. They're speaking to the same people. They wanted to see the end of all things, and we're seeing it now. Lord willing, we're of that number. If you read up in the same chapter, you see, it said that when the disciples were asking why you're speaking in parables, it said, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But to them, it is not given. They think you're a madman, you're a babbler. We want to maintain our single eye, the RFID microchip. It's close. World War III is close. Let's get Amos just to wrap up here. I love reading this. People look at you and they know your background. Who do you think you are? Coming with something different to what we're familiar with. Amos 7:14. Then answered Amos and said to Amaziah, I was no prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was an herdman, a gatherer of sycamore fruit. That's all I am. Son of a farmer, nobody. And the Lord took me as I followed the flock. And the Lord said unto me, Go, prophesy unto my people, Israel. And so this word is going to people all over the world. Why? Because the people of Israel are spread to the four corners of the earth. Actually, let's get it. Deuteronomy 28. Turn the pages here. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. We're right there, and that's what we're doing. That's what we've always been doing for much of our history, following after these other gods. Let's get a couple of verses here. Wisdom of Solomon 5 again, couple of verses at the end. 21, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark. What's this speaking about? And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yeah, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. Yes, it's speaking of intercontinental ballistic missiles. Thermonuclear warfare is coming to the earth. Scripture, I think it's Revelation 8:13. Woe, woe, woe. That's the 3 world wars. We're in the 3rd one. It's already started. You're the madman. You've fallen into the snare and the trap of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He thinks he knows his own steps. He's doing exactly as he's supposed to do. Prophets look like madmen until a prophecy hits. Shalom means peace. Until the next lesson.